YouTube, it's your girl Miley, and I am back with another video. Yay! Okay, so it's been a long time. I've been missing for like maybe 3 or 4 months. I don't know, real long time though. I prayed before I started recording because this video is definitely not way different, but way different than all my other videos. This is just me coming as I am. I just said that I would probably name this video something along the lines of like allowing God to rebrand my life. That makes sense. So I'm just gonna, this video is gonna be about me just like updating y'all on my life and telling y'all about my spiritual journey so far. For y'all that are assuming I did not drop out of college, I am still in college, okay? Still in college. I am a senior. I graduate in May of 2025. So where have I been? Going through it. No, I really have. But in the midst of it, God has always been there. And that's been my thing. Like, so when I was in Georgia, I'm not gonna say like I'm not bad at all. Like, I don't do all that bad stuff that y'all, I don't do that. I'm not. But like, I wasn't living in a way that aligns myself with God. And ew, is my voice cracking? I promise you I'm not about to cry. Like, I get like that sometimes. Like, my voice started like cracking a little bit. I'm not about to cry. Okay, anyway, so when I was up there, I was living in a way that wasn't aligning myself with God. Like, I was going to church, reading the Bible, praying. I was doing those things, and it just, I was more of a talker and how to do it. Like, I would say, oh, I love God, God number one in my life, all of that. But then my actions weren't showing that. Like, and God was like, I don't know. He just was like, let me show you something right quick. He was like, let me teach you. So I experienced something that definitely like opened my eyes to a lot. So transitioning from Georgia to Miami is like a big part of like the journey and how I've been like maneuvering. Like, when I got down here, I'm surrounded by more people that are seeking God as much as I should have been when I was in Georgia. Like, I had like my cousin and then my pastor and then my best friend, but I was still doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. So down here, I feel like I'm in a more of a space where I have people checking me and making sure to hold me accountable for my actions and things that I'm doing. So when I moved back down here, I started going to church even more with my parents, going to Bible study, reading the Bible, getting connected to young women that are around my age that are like kind of on the same journey as me, which I feel has definitely been helping me. You need people around you that's going to pour into you. You don't need nobody around you that's going to basically put you back in a place where you used to be. So when I first got down here, this is like, how should I say it? I was like in a place where I was like really, I won't say depressed. I wasn't depressed. I just felt like really worthless. Like, what am I doing with myself? And I feel like everybody have those moments when they just like, they don't feel like they on the right path. They don't feel like where they want to be in life. And that was me. And I was just like crying every day and all of that, like not talking to nobody in my house. I feel like I'm finna cry. Hold on. Okay, I just was feeling like that. My mom came to, oh my God, hold on. My mom came to me and she was like, do you need to see like a therapist or something like that? Like, what's wrong with you? Because I was just like, not talking to nobody, not nothing. Like, I talk about friends, text them, but like, I'm fake laughing. Like, I was really just like in a rough space in my life when I first got back down here transitioning. It's like I went from my own apartment back to my parents, and I just felt like, dang, like I feel like I took a lot of steps back, but this is what God wanted from me. So I was like, do you need to speak to a therapist? Like, do you need to see somebody? I'm like, no. And then I'm already going through like, I don't even want to talk about it, but like, yeah. So it was just like that on top of this, and it's just like, dang. And then God was making me realize, he was like, in the midst of all of this, who is the only one that's always been there for you? Literally, God. Like, so I know about fasting and all of that because I grew up in a family where we stayed in church, so I know about these things. But usually when I'm trying to do something on my own, like if I try to fast on my own, I never stick to it. Like, that's why I'm saying I was being more of a talker and how to do it. Like, I would say, well, I'm fasting, no social media from when I wake up to 3 p.m. Find myself on social media way before the time. Like, I wasn't, you know, I'm not saying taking it serious, but I wasn't following up how I should have, like doing what I should have been doing. So I had heard about the Daniel fast, and I just needed like something like a structure, like this is what you have to do, this is what you need to do. And I feel like I was like, okay, yeah, this might be good for me, but I need to like know what it is before I'm just doing stuff. Like, I know what fast is. You're sacrificing something to show God your obedience, and to, you know, you sacrificing something to show God that you're serious about him and everything like that. It's more to it, but that's like really like just a sum up of what it is, what fasting basically is. So I was like, let me figure out what a Daniel fast is. So I asked my pastor that in Georgia about it, like, can you tell me about it? And he was like, yeah, he'll tell me, but he never got around to telling me. You know, he's a busy man, I understand. So I was like, I got a church family down here at home, so let me ask my first lady. So I asked her, I sent her a message. This is when I was in Georgia. I sent her a message. I was like, oh, can you tell me about it? So she sends me back like a long paragraph, and she was explaining to me what fasting is, and I need to know why I'm doing this fast and not to just be doing it just to do it. Like, which I understood. I wasn't doing it just to do it, but she checked me basically, as she should. But she was like, you need to go read it for yourself. I'm not gonna just tell you. You need to read it for yourself, and then that's what it is. You need to go read it for yourself. Not saying she wouldn't tell me. She just was trying to make me, you need to go try for yourself. I'm not gonna just do it for you. So I love that about her. Put me in my place. Yes, tell me to go do it myself. But no, she had told me to do that. So I never texted her back. I felt bad. I didn't text her back because I was mad. I just didn't know what to say at the time. So when I transitioned back down here and I finally, you know, was settled in, home, all that, I was like still in the place where I'm like, you know what, I need to do something. I get myself together. Like, I need to start by trying to build a relationship, gain a better relationship with God. I need to start there first. So I was like, let me try to get my mom's study Bible and try to read it, because I would read the Bible, but it's like I'm reading just to read because I was never understanding it. So my mom's Bible, her study Bible, it's the word, but then it has at the bottom where it breaks it down in like human language, if that makes sense. So I got it. I wrote note. I was reading it. I read it like, I don't remember how many chapters in Daniel. I'm not sure. It's not that many. I think it's like, I don't remember, but I know it's not that many chapters in Daniel. So I was reading day by day, and I was writing notes, getting everything down. Once I finished reading the whole book of Daniel, I sent her my notes, and I was like, okay, am I on the right track? Like, did I interpret this right? Because I didn't want to just be reading just to read, and I didn't even get the message that I was supposed to be getting out of it. So she was telling me, yes, when I sent her my notes, she was like, yeah, did you on the right track? Now she went into explaining to me more in depth about it. She just wanted me to get an understanding for myself instead of just telling me. Like, what good is somebody just telling you? Like, you can read yourself, so go try to understand it for yourself, and then come back to me and let me see if you were on the right track in understanding what you were supposed to understand. So y'all, I did the fast, and I was like, I need to do a fast that's structured where I'm really like gonna hold myself accountable, because it's just like you doing something on your own. Yeah, but this is in the Bible. Like, this for real. Like, you need to do it for real. So that's what I needed. Like, I needed something that I'm gonna do for I needed something that I'm gonna do for real. Hold on, let me let them go by. Okay, so I did it. And I also, really with the fast, the Daniel fast, is more so about like what you're eating and things like that. But I said I'm gonna challenge myself, and I'm gonna sacrifice another thing that I'm really like attached to. I'm really attached to eating, everybody know that. And I'm really attached to social media. So I was like, I gotta hold myself, you know, I gotta hold myself higher. Let me sacrifice something else to show God that I'm serious about wanting to better my relationship with him. So I did sacrifice social media. I was down on social media for 21 days, and I'm so proud of myself. Like, it was so funny because when I finally posted after like a long time of me being missing. Somebody was like, oh, you back posting again? Like, oh, hush. But yeah, I just was so proud of myself, because you know, y'all know it's hard to let go of something that you really, really attached to. But I feel like it definitely like built my obedience, like made me hold myself accountable to a lot of stuff. It definitely opened my eyes to a lot. And in a time of me fasting, I used that time to stay on top of my schoolwork. I was going to Bible study, reading the Bible more, trying to understand it, writing my notes, getting it down, having conversations with my mom, like, because she reads the Bible as well, like making sure, you know, we read each other our notes and things like that. I was listening to more of like motivational music, sermons, inspirational videos, you know, just to keep myself, I needed those positive things around me. So I'm proud that I did stick it out, because it was just so much temptation around me. Like, I was egging to get on Instagram. I wanted to get on that so bad, but I was like, I have to do this for me. Like, I have to do this for me and to show God that I'm serious. And then, y'all don't understand, the food part of it is so hard. I'm literally so proud of myself, like, that I literally stuck it out the whole 21 days, because it's like my mama cooking every night, and I'm sacrificing not eating these meals, because y'all know my mama know how to cook. And then we had a party for my grandma, and it was like a variety: ribs, meatballs, potato salad, pinch peas, and rice. Like, it was so much. It's like, oh my god. But I stayed strong. I didn't eat none of it. So I'm proud of myself. But I feel like that definitely like helped me build to where I am now in my faith, and like where I feel like my relationship definitely grew within God and within myself. Like, I was feeling like at the beginning, I'm feeling like, so how I said before, I was feeling like that. But every day as I'm in the fast reading the Bible, I felt myself each and every day like talking more, feeling a little happier than I was before, a little more joyful than I was before. So I feel like it definitely did help me grow and structure me and put me in my place, because I needed that structure to follow something instead of just like trying to do it on my own. So God definitely like opens your eyes to a lot. Oh, hold on now. Excuse me. So y'all, in the midst of this fast, I had started working this job. Loved it. Y'all, I love the job. Like, I was getting paid every week. Money was good. I'm like, okay, this is good. I feel like whole time, not what it was. I'm like, okay, I went from being in Georgia, I have my own apartment, and then I had to come back down here to live with my parents. But I'm not gonna give me another apartment. Like, I'm making this good money, and then I was getting paid every week, y'all. I was nannying. But the only thing about that was that they were paying me under the table. So it's like, God really like aligns your life. He was like, girl, let me get you out of this job and get you a job where you gonna still get paid good, but you know, you gonna get paid, you gonna still get paid good, but it's not gonna be on the table. So you'll have like your check stubs and stuff to back up, you know, your work, because that's what apartments want. Like, they want you to be able to show proof of income. You can't do that, showing them that getting paid under the table. So y'all, I had lost the job, and I just felt like whole time that job wasn't for me, because you know, when God gives you something, he's not gonna take it back from you. When God gives you something, it's everlasting joy that comes behind it. Like, it's just everything good when it comes from God. So that was, I wouldn't say that was a God from job. A job from God. I wouldn't say that was a job from God. It was still good, like good money, but I had lost the job. And it's like, in the midst of like me trying to, even after the fast, I was still reading my Bible daily, still going to Bible study, still going to church, you know, positive videos, sermons, inspirational quotes, all of that. I was still doing the same thing. Like, I had been doing it for 21 days, because that's how long the fast is. I had been doing it, so it's like that kind of became a part of my life. So I kept doing it even after the fact. So it's like, I'm doing all of this and I just lost my job. I'm like, that's how you know the enemy comes in and do what he do, because he don't like when he sees you doing good by the Lord. So I lost the job. The lady, when she came, she was telling me, she was like, oh, I'm gonna become stay-home mom, we're having a new baby and all that, but we're not gonna need you anymore, probably like once a week. I'm just like, all this good money I'm making, I just lost my job. I'm like, no. So I didn't cry in front of her, obviously. So I waited till she like left, and I started crying. I'm like, no way. I ended up texting my parents, telling them like, no way I just lost my job, y'all. So they were still trying to be encouraging to me, and you know, pouring to me, letting me know that this is going to happen. God, I mean, the devil and everybody see you trying to get closer to God. Of course, all this type of stuff and try to come in and, you know, throw you off of your path, make you think, oh, why would God do this to me? Like, he did it for the right reason. So I ended up losing the job immediately. I'm like, okay, cool, I can't cry forever, get over it, you know, go find a new job. So I was like, let me try Planet Fitness. Yeah, I don't even like work. I was like, I need to find me an easy job that pay good. Google be lying, because I be trying to look up jobs and how much they pay before I even like apply and stuff like that. Girl, they was lying, talking about Planet Fitness pay $17 and you don't really do nothing. So I'm like, okay, the next job I need to have my pay needs to match what I was making with nannying. And nannying, I was making $20 an hour, and I wasn't doing nothing. So I was like, I need to find another job that matches that same pay. Like, I can't go lower, none of that. So I went to they lied, Planet Fitness paid $12. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but Planet Fitness paid $12. So I'm like, yeah, no, that's not for me. So I was applying other places, applying. This one job I applied to, I applied and I kept calling them, trying to see, like, something kept telling me call them and ask them when they finna interview. Like, it was something about this job that kept egging at me that I need to contact them and get in contact with them, you know. So I kept calling them, nobody not answering the phone. I'm like, this weird. I was like, you know what, let me come see if I try. So I waited the next day until they like opened, and I drove to the job, and the man opened the door. He was like, hey, how are you? I'm like, hi, I applied on Saturday and nobody's been answering the phone. Nobody been answering the phone. He was like, oh, you came up here? Duh, like, duh. Yes. So he interviewed me on the spot, y'all. I ended up getting a job matching the same pay as what I was getting paid nanny. And so I'm like, this is God. Like, no wonder it kept egging at me. And then this job, I don't get paid under the table. I'm getting paid how I was getting paid nanny. It's still weekly, which is beautiful. Love that. And I'm getting check stubs behind it. So now I'm just in a place where I'm saving money because I am going to get my apartment. God was like just aligning everything for me. Like, if you're looking at how I'm looking at it, like the nanny job, I was making the money, but I don't have the proof of income to show them. Like, I don't have check stubs to show. Got a new job, same pay, all of that. And I have, you know, the check stubs and proof of income to show. And I can save. So it just, I was feeling like, dang, why I lost my job, but God ended up blessing me with another job. Like, this is me still, you know, praying every day, going to Bible study in the midst of everything, because it took me a little minute to find that job. Like, I didn't get that job right after I had lost my nanny job. I was just sitting at home doing school in the midst, but still applying, still praying, you know, staying consistent with my prayer life. So that just goes to show like how God really, like, he has your life worked out for you. You just have to following his directions. When you feel something and it's telling you to do this, you need to do it. Follow it, because that's most likely God. Don't hold on, not all the time though, not all the time. But that's why you have to have a relationship with God to know, like, when it's God. Hold on, it's getting hot. That's why you have to have a relationship with God to know when he's speaking to you and how he's speaking to you, because God don't speak to everybody the same way. Sometimes he speaks through you. He can speak to you audibly, like hearing him, or visually, like seeing him. Like, it's just different ways. That's why you have to build a relationship with God. Another thing that I feel like I've learned on this spiritual journey is that you cannot do it alone. Like, no matter how strong you think you is, God will literally put you in a position, in a place to where you know you can't do it by yourself. Like, now you have to depend on him. So never think you could do it alone, because you can't. You gonna need God. Like, you're going to need him. And God don't always allow us to go through things because we've sinned or we've done something bad. Yes, sometimes he do punish us and discipline us, but it's not every time. He don't put us through stuff because of those reasons. He does it sometimes for glorious reasons, like to show us how he's gonna he allow us go through this to show us how he can bring us out of it. So I feel like I just have to keep constantly reminding myself that every day and continue to live. Like, I'm gonna get through whatever it is, as long as I'm continuing to see God, put him first, and he's in the midst of everything that I have going on in my life. I will get through it. Like, he has to be in the midst, whether it's friendships, relationships, situationships, careers, whatever it is. God has to be in the midst, in the center of it, for it to actually work and prosper. Because if he's not, then it won't, you know, it's not gonna work for you if he's not in it. Like, in the midst of everything, I am still learning and trying to grow and trying to better myself, and still trying to better my relationship with God. I'm not perfect. I still do some wrong things, but now I know to hold myself accountable, and I have others around me to do the same, which I feel is definitely needed. But yeah, because I'm gonna be somebody's wife one day. I'm gonna be somebody's mama. So I have to get myself together so my family could be together when that time does come. Like, I can't be doing the same things I was doing before and living the way I was before. I have to align myself and living in the way of being a child of God. Like, okay, so that's really all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I think I was like jumping around a lot. This is my first time doing this, but I was kind of jumping around a lot, just trying to tell y'all about my life and trying to make it all make sense, and just tell y'all about the journey and how God works and how he's been working in my life. Everything he does makes sense. You might not understand it in a time, like I didn't understand why I would lose that job, but he really came in and gave me another one with what I needed behind it, which was the check stub and stuff like that. So you just have to trust him. Like, trust him and have faith. Like, literally, the faith of a mustard seed. That's all the faith you need. I mean, you should have way more than that, but that's all the faith you need. That's all I got for y'all though. I hope y'all like this video. I hope y'all enjoy it. If y'all, feel free to comment, like, if y'all on a spiritual journey and y'all want to talk and all of that, I'm definitely here and open to listening, and you know, we encourage each other. But y'all continue to pray, continue to have faith, stay encouraged. I will be back soon with another video. I'm not gonna go missing for this long no more. But yeah, love y'all. Bye. Make sure to share it. Bye.